The Electric Cord Speech, Abraham Lincoln, Chicago, Illinois, July 10th, 1858. Now it happens that we meet together once every year, sometimes about the 4th of July for some reason or another. These 4th of July gatherings, I suppose, have their uses. If you'll indulge me, I will state what I suppose to be some of them. We are now a mighty nation. We are 30 or about 30 millions of people, and we own and inhabit about 1/15th part of the dry land of the whole earth. We run our memory back over the pages of history for about 82 years, and we discover that we were then a very small people in point of numbers, vastly inferior to what we are now, with a vastly less extent of country, with vastly less of everything we deem desirable among men. We look upon the change as exceedingly advantageous to us and to our posterity, and we fix upon something that happened a way back, as in some way or other being connected with this rise in prosperity. We find a race of men living in that day who we claim as our fathers and grandfathers. They were iron men. They fought for the principle that they were contending for, and we understood that by what they then did, it has followed that the degree of prosperity that we now enjoy has come to us. We hold this annual celebration to remind ourselves of all the good done in this process of time, and how it was done and who did it, and how we are historically connected with it. And we go from these meetings in a better humor with ourselves, and we feel more attached to one another and more firmly bound to the country we inhabit. In every way, we are better men in this age and race and country in which we live for these celebrations. But after we have done all of this, we have not yet reached the whole. There's something else connected with it. We have, besides these men, descended by blood from our ancestors, among us perhaps half our people who are not descendants of these men at all. They are men who have come from Europe. German, Irish, French, Scandinavian, men that have come from Europe themselves or whose ancestors have come hither and settled here, finding themselves equal in all things. If they look back through this history to trace their connection with those days by blood, they find they have none. They cannot carry themselves back into that glorious epoch and make themselves feel that they are part of us. But when they look through that old Declaration of Independence and they find those old men saying, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal," and then they feel that that moral sentiment taught in that day evidences their relation to those men, that it is the father of all moral principle in them, and that they have the right to claim it as though they were blood of the blood and flesh of the men who wrote that declaration. And so they are. That is the electric cord in that declaration that links the hearts of patriotic and liberty-loving men together, that will link those patriotic hearts as long as the love of freedom exists in the minds of men throughout the world.